Wow, just what a way to kick off the Craftsman Truck Series season for 2026. A four wide finish at Daytona. That's freaking unbelievable, dude. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Talkin NASCAR. I'm your host, Andrew. There's little to be said about what we saw for the Craftsman Truck Series season opening race at Daytona. What a way to kick off the season. We'll get to that and so much more. So, hope you guys enjoyed that race. It was a really interesting race overall. So, we're going to go ahead and break it down here for this episode here, everyone. The Fresh from Florida 250 to kick off the season for the Craftsman Truck Series. So, there's going to be a lot of big names heading into this race. A lot of Cup Series guys coming down to attempt this race. You had guys like Michael McDowell, Carson Hocevar, two guys for Spire Motorsports coming down to uh, make this race. You had Ram returning. Justin Haley, a Cup guy last year, is now a full-time driver for Ram and Calling Racing in the number 16 truck. Corey LaJoie was in the field. He was attempting to make the Daytona 500 as well. John Hunter Nemechek driving the number 62 for Talmar Friesen Racing. We also had several other Cup guys like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was in the field as well. And then we also had Travis Pastrana, Cletus McFarland was in the field as well. Tony Stewart in his return to NASCAR 10 years later after his retirement. And then, of course, you have all the Truck Series regulars there for tonight's race at Daytona. So, we had a lot of trucks showing up to make the show. Not everyone made it. 37 trucks did make the race. Justin S. Carroll, Timmy Hill, and Brian Dowsat were the three trucks that did end up missing this race, while some other open trucks, like I believe Josh Rayum for Team Rayum, made it in, I believe as well. Jason Kitzmiller for CR7 Motorsports in the number 97. Corey LaJoie for Henderson Motorsports in the 75 made it. And then Clay Greenfield for GK Racing in the number 95 made it as well. And Cletus McFarland as well. Qualified 12th. Very impressive for Cletus McFarland in the number 4 truck. A part-time truck in Cletus McFarland's first ever Craftsman Truck Series start. And he makes it in on speed. Qualifying 12th. Very, very impressive for Cletus McFarland and that team. So getting started with talking about this race, and got off to a bit of an interesting start. Already pretty soon after we took the green flag, about lap 6, we had a caution for Cletus McFarland. Actually spun off turn 4 while running nice, had almost an incredible save, but had a pretty hard lick with the inside wall. Hard damage to the left side of his car. Really hard hit for him. And Cletus McFarland, that was really his inexperience in the truck really getting to him. He said in his interview, which was hilarious, by the way. If you didn't see it on TV, one of the most funny interviews I've ever seen in out of any NASCAR driver. Very hard on himself, and that shows you how he cared, like how much he cares to be doing this. Put a lot of effort into this race, working with guys like Carson Hocevar, working with Tony Stewart a little bit, I'm pretty sure as well. He has great teammates too with Travis Pastrana, a guy to learn from as well. So you could hear it from Cletus McFarland that he was really, really upset about wrecking the truck like that, and it was just simply that he overstepped the truck, yanked it too hard when he was getting tight off turn 4, started turning to the left too hard, overcorrected to the right, and then overcorrected back to the left just to keep it out of the other trucks. He kept it clean for that part. Like, it was only a single car spin, didn't involve anyone else, so it's just tough for Cleese McFarland, but that just shows you how much he cares. Like, that interview was very telling for Cleese McFarland as well. But then after that caution, we got some really good racing all the way to lap 20, which was the end of the stage between Carson Hocevar and his teammate Michael McDowell. John Hunter Nemechek was also up there as well. Tanner Gray, who started on the front row, besides Michael McDowell, was also up at the front of the field, and eventually came down to the final lap when it was a pretty close finish between Hocevar and Tanner Gray, and Christian Eckes was also up at the front there. Carson Hocevar barely got the win over Tanner Gray. It was a very close margin of victory there, but Tanner Gray and Carson Hocevar really good results there in stage 1. Also in stage one, you had Christian Eckes up there at the front, same with Nemechek as well. Michael McDowell, Caden Honeycutt, Ty Majeski, Taylor Gray in the one truck for Tricon Garage. Brendan Queen for Ram in his first Craftsman Truck Series start in his first full-time season, finished in ninth, and then Grant and Finger rounding out the top 10. We will get back racing for stage two, and it was pretty clean racing overall throughout this entire race. Overall, not too many big crashes overall. Stage two is pretty much the same as stage one, only had one caution as well. Daniel Hemrick, though, very interesting, though, around lap 30 actually was black flagged for a spoiler bracket that was loose while running seventh. He had to come down pit road to get that repaired, and he just could not recover. And he had a really fast truck when he was in the draft. I mean, Daniel Hemrick is a very good play racer. Trucks in O'Reilly in the Cub Series, he's a very good plate racer, plain and simple. So it was definitely a tough luck for Daniel Hemrick having to come down pit road to repair that damage as well. We also got our first second caution of the race though, lap 36. Jake Garcia in the 98 truck now for Thor Sport, moving over to replace Majeski, who moves over to the 88. Gets loose off turn 4 while running 15th. Overcorrected hard in the outside wall, and unfortunately collected Tony Stewart in the 25 truck, who had faded back into the 20s with a ill-handling race truck, just trying to get a hold of that truck, trying to see what he kind of handling he had on that truck. Ends up getting collected. Stuart Friesen as well in the 52, his first race back since last year at Michigan after his dirt modified crash. So he also got some damage as well. That would actually end stage two, and Chandler Smith for Front Row Motorsports would pick up the stage two victory, earning himself 10 stage points. His teammate Lane Riggs right behind him in second. Majeski, I just mentioned, in third. Taylor Gray and Michael McDowell round out the top five. Nick Lietz in the number 5 truck in sixth. Christian Eckes in seventh. John Hunter Nemechek in eighth. Corey LaJoy in ninth, and then Ben Rhodes would round out the top 10 for stage two. But after stage two, we got a really long run, though. It was going to be a 60-lap green flag run to the end. It was 20 laps in stage one, 20 laps in stage two, and now a long 60-lap run to the end of this race. It was very interesting how the stages were arranged. I personally don't like the amount of the length of stage 1 2 when you're having a 100-lap race. I feel like you could break it up a little bit better, in my opinion. Maybe make it like 25 or 30, and then maybe like 35 or something like that. Like something like that. You could break it up a little bit better and have them increasingly get longer, but whatever, I guess. Maybe it's just the easy way to do it. But anyways, we get underway for stage 3, and something that was really prevalent in this stage was tire failures. And we don't hear that very often when we go to Daytona. You don't hear about a lot of tire issues, but we did. I mean, that was the pit strategy in this race. It was where you were only really taking fuel, you were saving fuel, and you weren't taking tires, just to limit the amount of time you had on pit road. I mean, towards about, I would say, 20 laps to go, we had a lot of tire issues. We had a lot of tire issues, probably around lap 70, actually. Before we get to that, though, around lap 59, so coming to lap 60, Carson Hocevar got spun off turn 4. I believe it was a flat tire. That was really the first time we had seen a flat tire in this race. Spun off turn 4. Turn 4 was Calamity Corner in this race. That was where most of the accidents really emerged from. It was just a very tough spot of that track, a very slick corner, as Joey Logano would say on the Fox broadcast. Then we get a really cool moment a little after that caution. Justin Haley would actually go to the lead for Ram and Calling Racing, making it the first time since 2014 that Ram has actually led a race in the Craftsman Truck Series. And I mean, Justin Haley was holding his own up front. I mean, Justin Haley is a very good plate racer. He's gotten 3 wins on plate tracks in his O'Reilly Auto Parts Series and Cup Series career combined. He had that rain-shortened win at Daytona a couple years ago for, I believe it was for Spire Motorsports back in the day. I think it was 2021, maybe 2019. I can't exactly remember. He also has 2 wins in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, so he is a very good plate racer, and he was showing that tonight in Daytona on the high banks for calling in their Ram debut. Lap 71, though, we actually had our first flat tire. It was for Grant Enfinger in the 9 truck. He had that flat tire from 10th. A couple laps later, Jason Kitzmiller spun off turn 4 once again, near 25th, with another flat tire. Again, calamity quarter. No caution. That was another thing that NASCAR did very good tonight. It was the single car spins. They didn't throw the caution immediately. They waited a little bit to see if the driver could get back going, and most of the time they did. Like, most of the time, we saw really good truck control out of these drivers, and they were able to keep these trucks out of the walls, keep the tires up, and we're able to get back to pit road, keep the momentum up, which was very impressive. I was very surprised to see that. Lap 74, one lap later, Lane Riggs for Front Row Motorsports had another tire issue. It was the left front. I believe that he got cut down after contact with Tyler Ankrum while Lane Riggs was trying to avoid a lap truck that was in the way. I believe it was the 2 truck of Jason White for Team Rayum. It was very chaotic. He was kind of just parking himself in the bottom lane when they were 3 wide. It was just a really nowhere to go. So tough luck for Lane Riggs. He would have to come down pit road for to replace that tire. Did hit the outside wall too, so he got a little bit of damage. He would go multiple laps down as well. Lap 80, Carson Hocevar spun and exiting the tribal, excuse me, in 29th. He was 1 lap down from his earlier spin. It was a left rear tire issue as well. And Carson Hocevar, I mean, had multiple tire issues and kept the truck clean. I mean, he didn't hit anything for the most part. He was able to have excellent truck control, which was something that was, again, very prevalent in tonight's race. That was very, very impressive. Lap 85, though, we would get our next restart. Only 16 laps to go. Very close racing. Very good racing. At this point, everyone was just going full send. No more fuel saving. Everyone had been saving fuel like crazy, keeping everything up in one pack. And I mean, every now and then you get some drivers making a big run up to the front on the outside or on the inside. But now, lap 85, you have a restart. Everyone is full send. You had Justin Haley up front, Tanner Gray, John Hunter Nemechek as well up front to lead the way. Majeski got up to the front, got another save by Carson Hocevar, lap 188 as well. Had some contact from Cole Butcher, actually kind of drifted up the racetrack. Kind of got squeezed down into Cole Butcher, but no caution as well for that spin. But Carson Hocevar, again, 3 different saves. Really good truck control from Carson Hocevar. And then when we hit 10 to go, I mean, everything started going crazy. I mean, there was crazy runs, crazy aggressive blocks, but no one was wrecking. It was very clean. Again, really good truck control. I mean, there were several times where people could have wrecked easily, but there's just outstanding truck control, mostly probably from, yeah, the really good veterans of the NASCAR Cup Series coming down to, teach these guys some stuff until we get to about lap 96, 5 laps to go. Taylor Gray gets a bit of a tap from Ty Majeski in turn 4, spins down the racetrack, collects Dawson Sutton, Spencer Boyd, and Minnie Terrell in his Craftsman Truck Series debut for calling the Ram Race for the Seat winner. Also got some damage as well. He bounced off the wall pretty hard. And Travis Pastrana was just able to sneak through as well. So it would be day over for Dawson Sutton, but I believe Taylor Gray and Spencer Boyd would be able to continue. And then we'd have a couple takers pit as pretty much everyone. It was going to be pretty close on field. It's going to be an overtime restart. Teams were close on field. We heard over the radio for some of the drivers that they were 1 lap to the good before the caution. Now, with the caution, it was going to be very, very, very close. But regardless, get to our first overtime restart here, and that would all it was needed. Mike McDowell would lead the way, Caden Honeycutt on the outside, and Caden Honeycutt would get a good push from his teammate of Gio Ruggiero and clear them into turn 1. And John R. Nemechek would actually force McDowell 3 wide, and McDowell would actually start falling back down the order a little bit. It actually spun off turn 4, something that I didn't see actually. Collected Chris Wright as well. So McDowell and Wright both dropped to the back of the field. Chris Wright was having a pretty solid debut for McAnally Hillman Racing in the 81 truck, but both of them would fall to the end of the lead lap. Final lap, though, Nemechek get a huge bump from Gio Ruggiero and actually would return the favor down the back straightaway, caused Gio Ruggiero to get sideways and make an incredible save again. could have easily wrecked, but really good control from Gio Ruggiero, and it was setting up a crazy final lap into turn 3 and 4. You have Nemechek, Ruggiero, Smith, Chandler Smith, Christian Eckes, crazy heading into turn 3 and 4. And coming off of turn 4, Nemechek jumped up to the outside to go block his Toyota teammate of Gio Ruggiero. Christian Eckes also up there as well. But on the bottom, it was Ty Majeski who gave Chandler Smith a really good push on the bottom, 4 wide to the finish line, and Chandler Smith would edge out just in front. An incredible finish. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I mean, you had Nemechek going up to block the lanes of Ruggiero and Eckes, and then Majeski and Smith on the bottom, committed to that bottom lane. Nice shove by Majeski, and pushes Chandler Smith to the victory. Incredible finish from Daytona as Chandler Smith picks up the first win of the season, despite all of the Cup Series guys in this race. It was a Craftsman Truck Series regular who picks up the season opening victory at Daytona. Congratulations to Chandler Smith. Really impressive stuff. I mean, Chandler Smith was up front for a good majority of this race. Won stage 2. Very good result in stage 1 as well. I mean, Chandler Smith was up front. He did everything right, didn't get too aggressive, stayed committed, stayed patient, even on that final lap when you got to go, 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 and ended up with a victory. Tough break for Gio Ruggiero, who once again fell short of the victory last year in the season opening race at Daytona. In his debut, he finished second behind behind I believe it was Corey Heim, I think, that got the victory. I think it was Corey Heim because, yeah, Parker Clearman got disqualified. So Ruggiero once again falls short in second place. Christian Eckes, in his return to the Craftsman Truck Series, finishes in third. Majeski, who started on the front row as well, actually qualified first. I think I had to go to a backup car, actually. He finished in fourth. Nemechek in Stuart Friesen's second truck finishes in fifth. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. for Nice Motorsports finished in sixth. Ricky Stenhouse was not very active in this race. He was there at the end. He was in that top 5 conversation, but was just not very aggressive. Didn't start very good. And ends up in sixth place, though. Good result for Ricky. Just was very quiet all night. I was expecting a little bit more aggression out of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Brendan Queen, his full-time debut for Calling and Ram, finishes in seventh. Really good result for him. Caden Honeycutt, his debut for Tricon Garage, in eighth. Tyler Ankrum, really good result for him inside the top 10 with at McAnally Hookman Racing in ninth. Stuart Friesen, in his return, top 10 result. Really good result for Stuart Friesen. Glad to have Stuart Friesen back. He looked speedy. He looked really speedy out there, did Stuart Friesen. Nick Lietz in the number 5 truck finished in 11th. Ben Rhodes, 12th. Andres Perez de Lara for Nice Motorsports in 13th. Cole Butcher in 14th, his full-time debut in the Craftsman Truck Series. And then Travis Pastrana, I was expecting a lot more from Travis Pastrana, I'm not going to lie. Same thing with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Just wasn't a whole lot going on there for him. He finishes in 15th. Some notable names inside the top 20. Frankie Muniz in 16th for Team Rayum. Minnie Terrell in his debut in the Craftsman Truck Series after winning Rams reality TV show finishes in 19th. And I was really impressed with Minnie Terrell. He wasn't really uber aggressive in this race. He really wasn't. But Minnie Terrell ran all the laps, even though he got caught up in that wreck. He still finished on the lead lap, started all the way in dead last, finished in 19th. So not bad from Minnie Terrell. I will say that it was a very solid night overall for Minnie Terrell. So that was a really good night for him. 19th overall. Josh Raymond 20th. Then towards the back of the lead lap, yeah, Justin Haley and Tanner Gray. Mike McDowell, the first car, 1 lap down, even though McDowell started from the pole in this race. It was kind of tough to see. I think when McDowell ended up getting shuffled back by Nemechek coming to the white flag into turns 1 and 2, kind of got shuffled back, took Tanner Gray and Justin Haley with him. I mean, Justin Haley I thought was going to be in the mix for the win, and I was kind of right. He was there in the mix, he just wasn't there at the end. So really good result for Haley. I thought it showed that Calling and Ram, he's got something good over there with that team. And Tanner Gray, I thought he was again going to be another guy that was going to be up front. Ends up finishing in 23rd. Unlucky for him. Daniel Hemrick, 1 lap down. He's a notable name. His Tanner's brother Taylor finished 1 lap down as well. Grant Enfinger finishes 2 laps down. Some notable names back here. I mean, Lane Riggs was back here, multiple laps down. Same with Jake Garcia, Corey LaJoy, and Carson Hocevar, both 10 and 14 laps down. I believe those two had mechanical issues. I think Hocevar might have had a tire rub issue that forced him to exit the race, I believe. And then you have Cleus McFarland, Tony Stewart, both 3 laps down and 97 laps down each. So Tony Stewart, I mean, it was just he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time when he got caught up in that wreck with Jake Garcia. It was funny. I mean, Jake Garcia was able to continue in this race, but Tony Stewart was not. So the smoke show ended on somewhat of an anticlimactic note, in this case at least. So, anyways, tough luck for Tony Stewart and Cleus McFarland and Garrett Mitchell. They were both really looking forward to this race. I know Tony Stewart was nervous, but kind of got stuck in the back there was Tony Stewart. And that's what happens if you're in the back of the pack. You get caught up in those wrecks more often than not. So tough break for them. But I'll be interested to see if either of them are going to do more Truck Series races later on this season. All right, so there you go. Those are your top finishers from tonight. Once again, congratulations to Chandler Smith on picking up the first win of the 2026 Craftsman Truck Series season. Failed to qualify for the Daytona 500, did Chandler Smith, but one heck of a way to compensate, I guess. I mean, he gets that win for Front Row Motorsports in the Truck Series. Really good result from Chandler Smith picking up that victory. What a way to rebound, in this case, I guess. I know it's early in the season, but it's never too early to take a look at the point standing. So with this win, Chandler Smith is out in front at this current moment with 65 points. Christian Eckes is behind him by 19, Ty Majeski by 20, Gio Ruggiero by 30, Caden Honeycutt by 31, Brendan Queen by 33, Nick Lietz by 34, Tyler Ankrum by 37, and Stuart Friesen by 38, and Ben Rhodes in the rounds out the top 10 with 39. I do not expect Nick Lietz to stay in this top 10 very long. I don't think he's going to be the full-time driver of the Tricon number 5. I just don't believe it's going to happen. I haven't got an official announcement on that. I mean, there's a potential that he's going to run more races this season, but I imagine that 5 truck is going to be more of a all-star rotating truck overall. So I would expect that Andres Perez, Cole Butcher, Tanner Gray, those guys will probably be fighting for that final spot. And again, it's only one race. Things will fluctuate, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from these point standings. I think it's going to take a little bit to see who the true contenders are from this season, but so far, I think these results show really whom I think will be the competitive trucks throughout this entire season overall. So there you go. Point standings with Chandler Smith at the top. So there you go. That is all the racing side of things. Let's go ahead and put this race on my triple R scale. Give it my race review rating real quick. So this race was very, very interesting. It was not a race that I was expecting. I mean, for one, I was expecting more of the Cup guys like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I was expecting Travis Pastrana and Tony Stewart to really take these guys to school. But, I mean, we still saw Michael McDowell, Carson Hocevar, Justin Haley, the Cup Series guys, the veterans, get up to the front very easily and, take control of that race. Tanner Gray, a Truck Series veteran, was also up there. So the veterans did really show out in this race, and they showed their expertise overall. So I would say this was again, very interesting race. Didn't see Grant Anfinger at the top of the list, so that was very interesting overall. So regardless, that was one thing that wasn't expected, and I was expecting a lot more wrecks. But again, the truck control out of some of these drivers was really insane, and there weren't very many aggressive pushes, especially in the corners. I mean, you had Ty Majeski really close in on Taylor Gray, but that was really the only major one. Carson Hocevar getting spun by Cole Butcher off turn 4. That was really the only other major one, in my opinion, that happened. So, all in all, it was a very, very clean Craftsman Truck Series race at Daytona at a plate track. Didn't have very much wrecking, which was again, something that we were not expecting, and guys like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Travis Pastrana weren't as aggressive as we probably thought they would. I mean, McDowell and Hocevar were, but we saw how that worked out for both of them. They both ended up off the lead lap and not even inside the top 20. So with that, I was very pleasantly surprised by this. I'm not saying that a clean race is bad. It was just something that we weren't expecting overall. So, all in all, for this race, had a non-Cup Series driver winning this race. You had Chandler Smith winning a thrilling four-wide finish race. I mean, it was really good racing overall. Just the fuel saving again kind of made things a little stale at points in this race. It was just a one big pack, kind of gridlock, nowhere to go. We did see the drivers that did want to get going and weren't as concerned about saving fuel. Did get up to the front very quickly, but for the most part throughout this race, yeah, it was pretty much gridlock. He couldn't really go anywhere. I mean, we saw McDowell and Nemechek be very aggressive. Hocevar was very aggressive as well and was able to work up to the front. But I mean, besides that, it wasn't crazy amounts of like movement until when it was go time at the end of the stages or at the end of the race. So that's something that's gonna knock this race down. All in all, though, like having all those, you know, things involved in that decision, I'm gonna give this race an 81%. I think this was a really good race. It was very clean, was something that the Craftsman Truck Series needs to, you know, be working towards, in my opinion. I mean, we've seen these Truck Series races in the past at Daytona just be extremely chaotic and a wreck fest, and we don't like to see that anymore. But it was clean. There were some wrecking. I give a lot of credit to NASCAR too on the cautions part. Like they didn't throw the caution right away. They weren't caution happy with it, which is really good in my opinion, at least. So 81%. The racing overall was clean, a little stagnant at times, made things a little maybe dry, but when the action was going, it was good. It was, you know, carried by that four wide finish at the end, and the tire issues were something that I haven't seen very much at Daytona. I'm not gonna lie. So 81% for me. Let me know what you thought. You think down in the comments what you think you would give this race a score. The fresh from Florida 250. Real quick, I just want to talk about Fox and their coverage so far this year. Um, they definitely contributed to the problem that it was just a very boring race. I mean, bringing Dana White into the broadcast was cool, but they just had no energy. No energy at all. Like, even at the finish, there was just 0 energy. Like, they were I didn't even, like, couldn't even imagine the tones in their voices. It just it made it seem like they were just lounging back in their chairs, like, not even standing up. So that was definitely very disappointing, but I do like the new graphics that Fox has. I haven't been able to say that yet. Um, what they had at the Clash with the no cartoon characters was a good step. I personally did like what their old graphics were, and it's gonna take some getting used to, but I do like what they have going right now with the new scorebug graphics that they have. I think it looks really, really nice overall. But the other thing too is that y- you cut to commercial with 10 laps to go. How is that even possible? Like, come on, man. Come on. With 10 laps to go, just as they're starting to pick up business, you go to commercial. Like, what is that, man? Come on. Come on, Fox. Come on. But yeah, those are small negatives in comparison. So again, it was a good race overall. So that's going to do for this episode, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the race, the season opening race of the Craftsman Truck Series. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below if you're listening on YouTube. And if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, make sure you follow the show so you never miss another upload. If you like what I'm doing over here, go check out Talking Sports with Miles and Andrew. We talk about baseball, football, basketball, not just NASCAR. NASCAR will sneak its way over there every now and then. So if you want to hear more sports news, you can go check out that show. Links will be down in the description below to the YouTube channel for Talking Sports and the Spotify page as well. Same thing for this show as well if you want to maybe check out the YouTube channel. Who knows? Posted an episode last night talking about the Cup Series duels, qualifying, some other news that I had to catch up on. So make sure you go check that episode out as well. And I will see you guys in the next thing I do. We have the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race up next. Should be a pretty thrilling race overall as well. So I'll see you then, everyone, for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series recap. Take it easy, everyone.